Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
The Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is a completely chaotic Tuesday here, and honestly, I am running on fumes right now. 3 huge cups of black coffee and my brain is still barely functioning. But I just had to jump on my keyboard and write this all down because the latest leaks are just spinning in my head. So let's just dive right into the absolute madness happening today. And man, Las Vegas is just turning into a complete nightmare for the Newman family right now. So we start off this whole sequence in Adam's hotel suite, and the vibe is just awful. You can literally feel the tension radiating through the screen. Chelsea Lawson is standing there. And she is looking at Matt Clark like he is a poisonous bug she just wants to step on. Because Matt is just standing there spewing these absolute lies. Chelsea is just shaking her head in disgust. She asks Matt who lies like that, and it is a completely valid question. Because the lies Matt is telling are just so sick and so twisted. He is trying to convince them that Nick Newman is dead. And Chelsea just cannot wrap her head around the sheer audacity of this guy. Because she knows Matt is a monster. We all know Matt is a monster. But Matt, oh Matt, he does not even blink. He just looks back at her with this dead-eyed, psychotic stare. And he says Nick did his best, just like that. Like he is talking about a horse that broke its leg on the track. It is so cold. And then he says, "Rest in peace, golden boy." And I just have to stop and talk about that specific phrase for a minute, golden boy. Because that is exactly how Matt sees Nick. That is how a lot of people in Genoa City see Nick. He is Victor's favorite son, even if Victor won't always admit it out loud. He is the one who tries to run his businesses honestly. He is the one who tries to be a good dad to Noah. He is the golden boy. And Matt hates that. Matt completely despises everything Nick stands for. Because Matt is rotten to the core. So calling him golden boy while announcing his fake death is just the ultimate slap in the face. It is Matt rubbing his sick victory in their faces. He wants them to hurt. He wants them to feel the profound loss. And he wants to be the one who delivered the fatal blow. Because we know Nick is alive somewhere. The timeline data tells us Sharon finds him later. But in this room, in this moment, Matt is playing the Grim Reaper. And he is loving every single second of it. So Adam hears this, and Adam just loses it. He completely loses his mind. And you know Adam, he is usually so calculated. He is usually the guy playing 3D chess in the shadows while everyone else is playing checkers. But not right now. Right now, he is just a terrified brother who thinks he lost his sibling. Adam lunges across the hotel room. He grabs Matt right by the collar. He just bunches up the expensive fabric of Matt's shirt in his fists. And he gets right up in his face. "You lying bastard." That is what Adam snarls at him. And you can see the spit flying. You can see the veins bulging in Adam's neck. He is so furious. But underneath the fury, you can see the absolute terror. Because what if Matt is telling the truth? What if Nick really is gone? Adam demands to know where his brother is. He demands to know what Matt did to him because Adam knows Matt is capable of literally anything. But Matt is just enjoying this way too much. He is practically feeding off Adam's panic. It sustains him. So Matt asks Adam this completely out of left field question. He asks Adam if he knew his brother was doing drugs. And I just paused when I read that. Drugs, Nick Newman. It makes 0 sense. Nick is the fitness guy, the responsible guy. But Matt has this whole elaborate, disgusting story cooked up. He says Nick used fentanyl to calm down. Fentanyl, the most dangerous, lethal stuff out there on the streets. And then Matt says Nick used cocaine to release his anger. And that is when bad things happen. That is Matt's exact quote. That is when bad things happen. He is trying to paint this pathetic picture of Nick as this broken, unstable junkie who just spiraled completely out of control and accidentally killed himself. And it is such a specific, targeted lie. Why drugs? Why not just say I shot him? Because Matt wants to destroy Nick's legacy. He wants Adam to believe that Nick was weak. That Nick could not handle the pressure of the kidnapping. That Nick just gave up on life. It is pure psychological warfare. Matt wants Adam to carry the guilt forever. He wants Adam to think that he should have seen the signs. He should have known his brother was hurting. Matt is trying to break Adam from the inside out. And it is working because Adam looks genuinely shaken. He really does. He is holding onto Matt's collar, but you can see his grip trembling just a little bit. Because Adam knows what addiction looks like. He knows how dark the world can get when you lose control. And the thought of Nick suffering like that, alone in Vegas, is just tearing him apart. So Adam tries to regain control of the situation. He shoves Matt backward. He tells him he wants to see Nick, dead or alive. He needs to see the body. He needs hard proof. Because Adam is not going to just take a known psychopath's word for it. But Matt just shakes his head. He says he can't do that. He flat out refuses. And this is when the old Adam comes out. The dark, dangerous Adam that Victor created. Adam looks at Matt. And his voice drops an octave. It gets real quiet. And he says, if you don't, I will kill you. And guys, I got chills reading that because Adam was not bluffing. You could see the murder in his eyes. He was calculating exactly how he was going to snap Matt's neck right there in the middle of the hotel suite. He was fully prepared to commit a homicide, and Matt saw it too. Matt realized he pushed just a little too far. So Matt pivots. He is a survivor, so he adapts. He agrees to take Adam to Nick, but he has to be in control of the board. So he points at Chelsea, and he tells her she has to stay behind. She has to stay in the suite with Reza Thompson. And Chelsea just fires back immediately. No way. She is not doing it. She is not letting Adam walk out of that room with a known killer. Chelsea loves Adam. She has been through absolute hell and back with him. They have lost a child together. They have betrayed each other 1,000,000 times. But they always come back to each other. And she is terrified that if Adam walks out that door, she is never going to see him alive again. She knows Matt is luring him into a trap. It is so obvious to anyone watching. But Matt is holding all the cards. He just shrugs his shoulders. He tells Adam it is a take it or leave it deal. Those are the terms. If Chelsea comes, the deal is off and Adam never finds his brother. And Adam makes a split-second decision. A terrible, reckless, emotional decision. He turns to Chelsea and he tells her he will be fine. He tells her to stay. And you can just see the heartbreak on Chelsea's face. She wants to argue. She wants to scream at him. But she knows Adam. When Adam makes up his mind about protecting his family, there is no stopping him. So she just has to stand there. She has to watch him walk out the door with Matt Clark. And the door clicks shut, and it is just this awful, heavy silence in the room. So now it is just Chelsea and Reza left behind. And this is a whole different kind of tension. Because Reza is a massive wild card in this whole Vegas storyline. We don't really know where her loyalties lie. She is deep in the Vegas underworld. She knows things. She has connections. So Chelsea turns to her and she asks Reza whose side she is on. Which is a completely fair question because Reza just stood there silently while Matt threatened them all. And Reza is so cool and collected. She just looks at Chelsea and says she is not on the side of the crazy guy. Meaning Matt, which is a relief, honestly. At least she recognizes that Matt is completely unhinged. But Reza cannot just leave it at that. She loves to stir the pot. She has to poke the bear. So she asks Chelsea a question that just cuts right to the bone. She asks Chelsea if she's worried that Adam is going to return to his spider identity. And wow, that is a loaded question, because the spider identity is Adam's darkest era. That was when he was hiding out in Vegas, running high-stakes poker games, completely disconnected from his family in Genoa City. He was completely devoid of emotion. He was ruthless. And Riza knew him during that time. She thrived with him during that time. She was his right hand. So she is basically asking Chelsea, are you scared your boyfriend is going to turn back into a monster now that he is back in my city? And Chelsea just grimaces because of course she is scared. Chelsea hates the spider persona. She fought so hard to pull Adam back to the light. She fought to bring him back to his son. So hearing Riza bring it up just makes her sick to her stomach. But Chelsea is a former con artist too. She knows how to play the game better than anyone. She puts on this mask of absolute confidence. She looks Riza dead in the eye and tells her that she and Adam hide nothing from each other, which is such a massive lie. Adam hides things all the time. Chelsea hides things. Their whole relationship is built on secrets. But she has to project strength in front of a rival like Riza. And Riza just smirks. She gives this little knowing, arrogant smirk. Because Riza knows it is a lie. She knows Adam is always hiding something in the shadows. But let's leave the hotel room behind. Let's follow Adam and Matt. Because this walk to the warehouse is just agonizing to think about. I can just imagine them walking through the back alleys of Las Vegas, away from the bright neon lights of the Strip, into the gritty, dirty, abandoned industrial areas. And Adam is probably just completely silent. His mind is racing 1,000,000 miles a minute. He is probably thinking about every single fight he ever had with Nick. Every time they threw punches over Newman Enterprises. Every time they fought over Sharon or Sage. Because when you think you are about to see your brother's dead body, all that petty rivalry stuff just fades away. It evaporates. All you remember is that you share the same blood. You share the same father. You are brothers. And Matt is just walking ahead of him, probably whistling or doing something sick like that, leading Adam right into the spider's web. So they finally arrive at this warehouse. And it looks completely abandoned. It looks sketchy. Matt pushes open the heavy metal door, and it is pitch dark inside. Just shafts of dusty light coming through the dirty, broken windows near the ceiling, and Adam steps inside. His eyes are desperately adjusting to the gloom, and then he sees him. He sees Nick. Nick is just lying there on the cold, hard concrete floor. And it is a massive gut punch. It really is. Seeing Nick Newman, this strong, proud, wealthy guy, just crumpled on the ground like discarded trash. It is heartbreaking. Adam does not even hesitate for a microsecond. He sprints over to him. He drops to his knees so hard you can almost hear the bone hit the concrete, and he reaches out. His hands are practically shaking. He puts his fingers against Nick's neck, right on the carotid artery, trying to find a pulse, trying to find any sign of life in his brother. And Adam is just talking to him. He is pleading with him. He is saying, wake up. Come on, Nick, wake up. It is the most vulnerable we have seen Adam in a very long time. He is completely ignoring his surroundings. He is completely focused on his brother's pale face. And that is exactly what Matt was counting on. Matt is an apex predator. He knew Adam would drop his guard the second he saw Nick in distress. Matt knew Adam's love for his brother, buried deep down under all the years of hate, would blind him to the danger in the room. So while Adam is kneeling there, desperately trying to save Nick, Matt is making his move. Matt spots a fire extinguisher mounted on the wall nearby, a big, heavy, red metal cylinder. And Matt just quietly unhooks it from the bracket. He hefts it in his hands, getting a feel for the heavy weight. And he walks up right behind Adam. Adam has absolutely no idea. Adam is still whispering to Nick, still searching for that faint pulse. and Matt just raises the fire extinguisher high above his head. And he brings it down hard. He hits Adam right in the back of the head. It is a brutal, sickening, violent blow. And Adam just collapses instantly. He goes down without a sound. Knocked completely unconscious by the blunt force trauma, he falls right next to Nick on the dirty floor. Two Newman brothers, laid out in the dirt, defeated. It is exactly what Matt wanted all along. He finally took them both down. He outsmarted the great, devious Adam Newman by simply using his own humanity against him. And then Matt does the final, cruelest thing of all. He does not even check to see if Adam is breathing. He does not care. He just turns around. He walks out of the warehouse room. He grabs the heavy metal door and he pulls it shut with a loud clang. And you hear the heavy lock click into place. He locks them inside. He locks an unconscious Adam and a dying Nick inside this abandoned warehouse in the middle of nowhere. And he just leaves them there to rot. It is the most insane cliffhanger ever. I am literally screaming at my screen just thinking about it. Because what happens now? How are they going to get out of this? Adam is knocked out cold. He might have a severe concussion, a skull fracture, or worse, he is bleeding on the floor. And Nick is barely clinging to life because of whatever lethal cocktail of drugs Matt forced into his system. They are completely trapped. There are no windows they can reach. The door is solid industrial metal. No one knows they are there except Matt Clark. Well, wait, let's think about the timeline. Sharon is supposed to be in Vegas, right? The notes from earlier said Sharon tracks Nick down to a warehouse while Matt is distracted. So maybe this is the warehouse. Maybe Sharon is already roaming the streets looking for them. Oh my God, I hope Sharon gets there soon. Because if Sharon doesn't get there in the next few minutes, they are dead. Both of them. And can you imagine Sharon walking into that dark room, seeing the absolute love of her life dying on the floor, and Adam unconscious and bleeding next to him? It is going to be so incredibly emotional. The spoilers said Nick is going to propose to Sharon right before he flatlines, so he has to wake up at some point. Or maybe he is awake but just too weak to move right now while Adam is knocked out. And Adam is going to wake up with the worst headache of his life, realizing he failed to protect his brother from the ambush. And where is Matt going now? He locked them up. He neutralized the immediate threat. Is he going back to the hotel to mess with Chelsea and Riza? Is he going to try and kidnap Chelsea? Or is he going to go after Noah Newman next? Because Matt is completely obsessed with destroying the entire family tree. He is not going to just stop here. He is going to keep pushing and torturing until someone puts a bullet in him. Victor Newman needs to get his private security team down to Vegas right this second. Because Matt Clark is officially the most dangerous man on daytime television right now. He is outsmarting everyone and leaving a trail of bodies. So yeah, that is where we are at today, Adam and Nick, trapped in a dark room. Matt on the loose and feeling invincible. Chelsea worried sick in a hotel room with a woman she barely trusts. I am going to be refreshing my spoiler feeds every 5 seconds waiting for the next update. Because this storyline is just firing on all cylinders. The acting, the writing, the pure unadulterated drama. It is classic Young and the Restless, and I am here for every single messy, clunky second of it. All right, I need more coffee before I pass out on my keyboard.